Holy smokes, guys, Makoto Shinkai delivers yet again with Suzume, which was a fantastic film that I really enjoyed, you guys. What's going on, y'all? The name is Leo Rydell, and y'all, this is Geekly Goods, where we talk the MCU, DCU, and beyond, y'all. And today we're going beyond to talk about Suzume, Makoto Shinkai's newest film. Now, if you don't know Makoto Shinkai, he is actually known for Your Name and Weathering with You, but he's got a whole entire filmography prior to those films that is also good, I've heard. I haven't watched them, but I'm gonna have to watch them after this one, guys, because Suzume, so good. As the skies turn red and the planet trembles, Japan stands on the brink of disaster. However, a determined teenager named Suzume sets out on a mission to save her country. Able to see supernatural forces that others cannot, it's up to her to close the mysterious doors that are spreading chaos across the land. A perilous journey awaits as the fate of Japan rests on her shoulders. I also want to add the character Sota, who is the guy that she's traveling with, who brings her along this journey at first, and then she becomes the hero of the story. Because unfortunately, Sota is turned into a chair. And it's actually very comical, but let's start out with that animation, guys. It is breathtaking as usual. You've got that Your Name and Weathering with You same style and look that we have gotten so used to in Makoto Shinkai's movies, but this looks a little different. I do see some differences in these characters. They just look a little more mature than the characters in his previous films, and man, I really like the character design of Sota. I like the character design of Suzume. I just think that they look great, and they're great characters in their own right. This is an emotional journey, y'all. Be prepared, because just like with Your Name, just like with Weathering with You, there were waterfalls, guys. I was tearing up, especially towards the film's climax. There is a very great emotional message in this story that just really is universal and can speak to all. And the themes that it explores are so rich and deep and beautiful, from closing the door on the past to being brave about the future, grief and how that's handled, and going through a traumatic event. There's so much that is beautiful about the story. It's got a great screenplay, and it has some wonderful lore as well, so that just encompasses great writing there. The lore is so easy to understand. There's this worm-like creature that is peeking through another world, who's trying to come into their world, and they have to close doors in order to stop this worm. So I love that it's a quick, easy explanation of the movie, not a ton of exposition. It does a great job with just getting past that and moving past. And then there's a cat in it as well, but I'm gonna save that for the movie for y'all. I'm gonna let the movie explain that, but I really love the story. I think besides one little pacing error, I think for the most part, this is a fun and wonderful journey we go through from beginning to end, with a very positive character in Suzume. I think that she is so heroic, so brave. I love how she just jumps right into the danger without barely even questioning it all. I love how she's along for the ride with Sota at first and then becomes the hero of the story. It's awesome. I love this character a lot, and I think she is one of my favorite of Makoto's movies. I think that this is a cool, brave character, and I really like Suzume, guys. I think, and even just the name is super cool, but I like this character a lot. Now, let's talk about the chair part, because I know that could seem a little off-putting. Really? A guy's turned into a chair? Y'all, this movie made me care about this chair, about this woman and her chair. This is how good this story is. This is how wonderful the emotional beats of the film are, that it made me care and cry about a woman and a chair. So that's all that really needs to be said about the chair. The animation works. It works with it. Listen, I'm along for the ride. You will be too once you see it. The running chair is hysterical at parts. So honestly, very well done. I really like how it feels like an adventure film. There's a little bit of sci-fi looped in there. It just really works well with its journeying and with its pacing. Oh, and don't even get me started on the score. Wonderful. I mean, it pairs beautifully with the pacing, some wonderful piano tunes, but then when it's time to close the door, the score just blares and the strings get louder, and guys, it just works so well with this movie and pairs very well. Holy smokes, this movie, there's just not a lot of bad that I can say. I really enjoyed it. Like I said, the fact that it's a chair, like it works. It works so well, and the way that the worm looks and the animation of the doors and the key, it's very reminiscent of maybe some other shonen magic shows that you're used to, but I really like the incorporation of these more magical, mystical elements. Not that dreaming of switching bodies isn't that magical, but I definitely think this has got some more kind of mystical things that tie so well into its plot of opening and closing doors. One door closes, another one opens, and it does a very good job, I think, of conveying that message throughout the film. Now, I only got one issue, unfortunately, and there's one problem that I've got. There is a lull in the story after about an hour in. You'll see what happens. There's kind of like a big event that happens, and then it kind of blares back down, and it felt a little episodic-ish, like this should be a 2-part anime series, unfortunately, because it almost feels like it hit a reset there, and for a bit there's a bit of a lull of like, where is this going, what's gonna happen, but it picks right back up, and when we're back on the journey, I love it. Guys, I love this movie. Suzume, amazing, had me crying in the end. I mean, not as good as Your Name, but a little bit better than Weathering with You for me. Guys, you gotta let me know down in the comments how much you're anticipating this film. If I had to give a rating to Suzume, I'm going a 9 out of 10. I thought this was fantastic. The only one above it I have, at least from what I've seen of his filmography, is Your Name at a 10 out of 10. Otherwise, I don't have anyone above this. I think it's Your Name, Suzume for me, then Weathering with You. I have to go through Makoto Shinkai's other filmography, because I'll be honest with you, I recently discovered he's got way more films, so I'm like, okay, let me go back and watch some more, because these 3 have been phenomenal throughout the last few years, guys. You gotta let me know your thoughts down in the comments. So are you looking forward to Suzume? Have you seen it? Because I know it's been out in other countries, and it was released in Japan first. It's been out in India and other territories as well, so let me know if you've seen Suzume. What did you think about the movie? I personally loved it, guys. Let me know your thoughts down in the comments, and hey, if you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button and ding that bell for notifications, and we'll see you next time on Geekly Goods.